The Bulloch Academy segment is brought to you in part thanks to Floors Outlet of Statesboro, located on Northside Drive. Come by and visit Mo for all your floor covering needs.
This is Paul Newman, Statesboro Real Estate. I have 3 kids that attend here. I'm a proud sponsor of Bulloch Academy Athletics and the #1 ranked Gator football team. Go Gators!
Well, a huge victory for the Bulloch Academy Gators this past Friday night at Gator Alley as they were able to close their seniors out with a big victory, sending them into the state championship game with a 20-14 victory over Brookstone. Got a little tight late in the game. Let's send you out for some of the highlights from that one. Bulloch Academy in the state semifinals at Gator Alley hosting Brookstone, looking for some revenge from last year's defeat, and the defense coming to play. They'd shut down the Brookstone pass game. Parker Chance in on the hit. But the Gator offense unable to move the ball in the first quarter, and we go to the second quarter with no score. In the second, it's Parker Chance. This time coming through with the interception. The Gator offense unable to capitalize. They go for it on 4th down and are unable to come up with it. The ball's loose. Brookstone takes over, but the defense continues to shut the Cougars down. Jack Lanier with the stop here for a loss. Then the offense finally comes through with a big play. Sam Hubbard hits Shamar Jenkins for a 1st down. And then it's Hubbard scrambling, keeps it himself, taking off, showing his speed. He gets his head turned around with a face mask, but continues to run ahead. This would set up deep, and Shamar Jenkins starts the scoring with a 2-yard touchdown, and the Gators open up a 7-0 lead. Brookstone trying to get points on the board before the half, but this 48-yard field goal has the distance but is wide left. And we go to the half with the Gators leading 7-0. In the second half, Bulloch Academy's defense continues their domination. Joshua Magger with the hit, and then this one, the ball is tipped, and yes, once again, that's Parker Chance coming up with the interception, and this time the Bulloch Academy offense takes advantage. Hubbard goes up top to Billy Kreider all alone. And Kreider showing some funky chicken dance here. 13-0 Bulloch Academy. In the fourth, Braylon Cohn with the sack on Broughton Branch. Brookstone getting to the 20, but pressure here. The ball comes loose. Jack Lanier, Johnny on the spot with the recovery. Brookstone gets the ball back again with just over 5 minutes to go, and a great leaping interception at midfield by Ike Hubbard. The Bulloch Academy offense trying to put this one away. Sophomore B.J. Smart in for an injured Danye Garvin. He breaks free. Nearly gets in. He's tackled just shy of the goal line. And then for the final points for the Gators, Sam Hubbard will dive to the pylon. It's 20-0. Bulloch Academy. Things get a little interesting with about 3 minutes left. Brookstone scores. They get the onside kick. Then Branch finds Jakeith Tolbert, who bounces off a couple tackles, goes in for the touchdown to make it 20-14, but that's as close as things would get. The Gators run out the clock, and they're heading to the state championship at Paulson Stadium next Saturday, winning 20-14 the final. This segment sponsored in part by Total Tire of Statesboro, located at 2703 Northside Drive, featuring friendly, courteous staff. Come see them today for all your automotive needs, featuring alignments, suspension, brakes, tires, and more. So with the victory over Brookstone, the Bulloch Academy Gators in the state championship for the first time since they won it all back in 1997. They'll be taking on First Presbyterian Day. The FPD comes into this game with a record of 11-1. The Gators 11-0. We had a chance to talk with head coach Aaron Phillips and a couple of his seniors about the big matchup and a chance at a state championship.
We obviously, outside of the walls of our program, we didn't go advertising, one of our goals, but our goal was to start in Paulson and stop in Paulson, kind of start there and finish there. We're the only team in the state that had that opportunity, so to be back there, to play there again, it's all kind of surreal, the Ert Russell Classic, that's, Coach Russell, running what we run offensively is kind of, special and unique. And then now to be able to say that, in our hometown, we get to play in our home stadium for the, no one else can do that. That's kind of special. I think our guys are, they're pretty jacked up about that.
Got a tough team across the field from you, FPD. What do you expect? What do you think you got to do Friday to pull off a win?
Man, we just got to play a lot harder than we did at times Friday. I thought, we went through the motions at times a little bit, and we were, and a lot of that's nerves. A lot of that is a lot of the guys, they hadn't been in this situation. We were in this situation last year. 13 of those seniors are gone. So these 14 guys that we have now that are seniors, along with our other players, they hadn't been the guys that were under the lights a lot in those big situations. So, handling some of that, I think, will be a big key Friday or Saturday night. FPD, they're playing for this the second year in a row. They're defending state champions. They got a great staff over there. Coach Collier does a great job, and those kids get after it. They're going to be the best team, obviously the best team we've played all year, and they're not going to wow you with size and Division I athletes or anything like that, but they got a bunch of dudes who believe in what they do, and they get after it.
Nobody on your team's ever been in a state championship. In fact, it's been 1997 since Bulloch Academy played for a state championship. How do you keep them on a level keel best you can?
Yeah, with this game here last Friday night, I think a lot of the nerve stuff was due to who it was. It's Brookstone, the taste we had last year after not putting our best foot forward, having every break go against us, to turn around this year, and we had a lot of breaks go for us with the turnovers. Now we talked about it all week, creating our own luck, and we did that defensively last week. This week, obviously, you have to. We're going to practice the same. We're going to do the same things. It's the next opponent on the schedule. It's kind of what we've said all year long, and try to let these guys enjoy it. But at the end of the day, it's a football game, and that's how we got to treat it. If we make it any bigger than that, then it could get too big for us, and we kind of, some of those nerves will start creeping in and do some uncharacteristic things out there that could hurt us. But I think with it being an opponent that none of our kids have ever played FPD in anything, and FPD's kids have never played us, so there's no familiar faces or coaching staffs. It's all brand new, and I think that's kind of to the benefit of us a little bit with what we do, so I think our kids will probably be a little more calm and relaxed this week than they were last week.
It's kind of still, it feels a little unreal because it's what you dream about when you're a little kid. But we just got to move past that and focus on what's ahead of us.
Speaking of what's ahead of you, what do you expect?
They're a really good football team. I've watched them on film so far, and they're always in the right spot. They're very fast, which we're physical, but they're very, very fast.
So what do you feel like is going to be the key Friday?
Doing what we're supposed to do, responsibility. Don't turn the ball over, be where you're supposed to be, block the guy you're supposed to block and fill gaps.
It felt like a fever dream. Play there at Paulson, then last game of the season is going to be at Paulson. It felt like God put us in a position where we could do it, and we're going to be able to execute it.
FPD, what kind of problems do they present to you guys, and what do you think you have to do to win?
They're just a well put together team. They're a bunch of kids who's going to fight to the very end, but I think we're the same, and I think we're just going to fight, and it's going to be a good game. It starts by just installing a good game plan and really hunkering down and focusing on what you're supposed to do, and then that first play out there, you just got to go 100% and give it all you got and just let it go from there.